Welcome to the boating adventure. Well, a very good morning to you. It is Monday the 11th of September 2023 and today is the day when the swamp duck finally gets to go on tidal waters. We are currently moored up in Newark. We're on some visitor moorings not too far from the entrance to King's Marina. It's very early. We're setting off in a minute or two. We've got about another hour and a half of non-tidal Trent and one lock. That's at Newark Nether lock, and then we get to Cromwell lock and we have to moor up on the lock landing there, and then we have to await the permission to go into the lock. The high tide is at 9:35, so we're hoping to get down there to catch the high tide. And then we've got 16 miles and about 3 hours to get to Torksey lock, and depending on how high the water is when we get there will depend on whether we're able to get up Torksey lock today or whether we have to stay on the pontoon moorings below the lock. Apparently there is a bit of a sill to get into that you have to get over in order to get into Torksey lock, so you can't do that if the tide has gone out too much and the water level is very low. But because we've only got a very small draft on the boat, it's only 2 foot, the lock keeper did say that they thought they might be able to get us through today. So we'll see how we get on. We're just finishing up breakfast, get changed, and then we're off. Okay, so we have set off. It's about 8:20. We need to try and make a bit of time. We've got to get down to Cromwell lock by 9:35 if we can, and catch the tide. These are all new waters to us, never taken the swamp duck this far. So I've got the top camera working, so take a few views of us leaving the outskirts of Newark. We're just about to go under the bypass that runs around Newark. We've been sat on there in a traffic jam many a time. So it's just nice to be able to cruise gently underneath it. It's a glorious day, so fingers crossed it's going to stay like this so that we can get some really good filming done as we go down the tidal Trent. And a suntan, yes. We have with us, obviously we've got the VHF radio, so we can radio ahead and we can keep in touch with anybody should the need arise. We have also got the Tidal Trent charts. You do need those if you're going to go onto the Tidal Trent. This outlines the route that we have to take. It's not just a matter of going from A to B. We have to look very carefully at where all the sandbanks are and where there are some hidden islands underneath the water that we have to avoid. But basically, when you come to a bend in the river, you need to make sure you go towards the outside of the bend rather than the inside of the bend. But then there are occasions when you have to forget that and just follow the chart. This is Newark Nether lock. It's quite a big automatic lock which we're having to do ourselves at the moment. There's no personnel on, so it's a bit of a turn the key, press the button job. In we go. So there are some risers to put a rope round. Job done. It's a 7-foot drop on this lock. Once we've gone through this lock, we then go under the railway, which is the main East Coast Railway line. And that goes down to King's Cross eventually. The road bridge that you can see in front of you is the A1. So this is something I've never done before. It's to go underneath it. This is Winthorpe Bridge, and the River Trent is 260 feet wide at this point. So coming up on the left hand side is the village of North Muscombe. We're about halfway now towards Cromwell Lock, and it's just coming up to 9:10, so we've got 20 minutes, well 25 minutes before the high tide. So I'm going to radio the lock control when we've got about half a kilometre to go. This is St Wilfrid's Church, North Muscombe, a medieval church restored at the beginning of the 20th century. Cromwell Lock Control, this is motorboat Swamp Duck on channel 74, over. Cromwell Lock Control, Cromwell Lock Control, this is motorboat Swamp Duck on channel 74, over. Nothing heard, Swamp Duck out. It's red. Cromwell Lock Control, Cromwell Lock Control, this is motorboat Swamp Duck on channel 74, over. Cromwell Lock Control, Cromwell Lock Control, this is motorboat Swamp Duck on channel 74, over. Nothing heard, Swamp Duck out. so the tide is turning. Yeah. Should be
I
turning.
see what he means about when you come out. There's a thing said about a bit about turbulence.
Yeah.
That's what this is. That's what I thought went that way.
The tide should have been at 9:35, 9:37, so we've just caught the tide as it's going back now, so that should take us down. I don't know how well this is going to pick this up, but on the phone we have got the Trent tidal chart, and it's on a GPS setup which plots the route as we go along, gives you your position, and it very slowly produces a red line, and we have to keep the dot on the red line. If that is the case, then we're okay. You happy with that?
Yeah.
It's not easy to do, but we've also got the charts to follow as well. The good thing about this is it just gives us our GPS coordinates, so we know exactly where we are at any one time.
Where we get the shingles.
Yeah, you can see that, so it's taking you over that side now a bit. So it's encouraging you to steer away from that bend and go over to this side.
That's where the line's going.
Yeah. Okay, so we're 49 kilometers since we got onto the Trent. Right, we're just going under the New Besthorpe jetty. Right, when we go around the next bend, can you go more towards the left rather than the right? this corner basically. Don't turn yet. Right, now you can start. These are red on the poles. There are red warning lights. Oh yeah. 51 Goose Gaps, so that's 51 kilometres. In the distance is St Mary's Church, Carlton-on-Trent. We're just coming up to Carlton Wharf. There's an old mill there with no top on it. So we now have to start going towards the middle. we're now coming up to Normanton Island, which is a sunken island, so we've got to be very careful at this point. So once we get around this bend, then we have to go and stick to the port side rather than the starboard side. It's not yet, it's about there, where that warning sign is. Yeah. Drop the revs a bit for this because we do it at the bottom. I don't want it to crash the blades. Okay. Stay within about 15 foot of that. Special note. So that's the warning board. So we're here. Yeah, it does. Where that fencing up there, that's a sluice, and that's kind of halfway along it. So we're actually on it now, really. Can't see it at all, can you? I think just keep within about 15 foot of that and we're fine. Just follow it around. So we're now going past Normanton Island. You can't see any of it, it's all underwater, so we've just got to navigate with the chart. The little fence in front of us is a sluice, and that's halfway along the island. So we're just running up a little channel at the moment between the island and the bank. So we're just coming up to the Fledborough Viaduct and we're looking for some graffiti which says WAB, and we have to go underneath it. So everybody's eyes are looking for that bit of WAB.
On there.
This is the one time you don't want somebody to have got rid of the graffiti. Yeah, it's there, isn't it? It's in black letters. It's not very clear, is it? But it's there. WAB. Sorry? Okay, so we just pulled up at the Dunham Bridge. There's Dunham Bridge, and there's Steve. We pulled up at the Dunham Bridge visitor moorings. You can moor here overnight if you wish. If you get stuck and you're not going to quite make it to Torksey or wherever you're going, just have to let the lock keepers know that you've pulled up and you're going to stay here. We've been going for about 2 hours now, so we've got about an hour to go. We get to 67, we start this bit here, which is called the Lang Ferry. Special notes for it. Use your echo sounder on this stretch if you draw over 4 foot. If water is very low, the shallows will stretch a long way into the river, but with care it is quite possible to follow the channel and not to go aground. If over 2 foot of fresh, there is no problem really, so long as you are careful. Do not force other boats which need deeper water to go aground. So the bit of river we're doing at the moment is called the Lanham Rack. So you do need to follow the instructions. If you have a draft of over 4 foot, you're supposed to use your echo sounder. We haven't got one of those because we've only got a draft of 2 foot. So on the port side is Butler's Island, and we have to go round to the right of that. It's too shallow to go round the left. Torksey lock control, Torksey lock control. This is motorboat Swamp Duck on channel 74, over. Torksey lock control, we have just passed the 71 kilometre marker, and we are coming up to Torksey lock, and we want to be advised if we can go up the lock today. Okay, we will moor up at the bottom of the lock and come up tomorrow morning. Over. Swamp Duck out. It's only got 2 foot of water. arrived at Torksey lock quite satisfactorily, and we've moored at the bottom of the lock ready for going up. We're just going to go and have a word now with the lock keeper and see what time we can get away tomorrow morning, have a look around at the facilities, and then it's time for a chill.